Okay, we're live, I think. Well, we're not live, but we're recording.
Nice. What's up?
You were gonna get the thing or not, the link.
Yeah. I tried to hook it up to my computer and just it's like once I click the link on my computer, like all of a sudden we're back to AOL.
Yeah.
It's
AOL?
never happened before. Today's like the worst day of my life. So
Really? God.
it's it's like the Dean Luck. It's like
Oh yeah.
uh I've had 5 bad days in a row. So
Join the
that
club.
means okay, that means we got like 10 more to go.
You look good.
Thanks, man. I
I
appreciate
like
it.
the short hair.
Yeah,
I like
I
is
just
it
got a new job, so I technically have to shave my beard now. So
what are you doing working? What are you doing?
killing all the mosquitoes and I'm killing all the ticks.
Oh, you're working outside?
Yep.
Where'd you get that job from?
Well, just applying to any job that would take me.
Oh,
Yeah. It's going all right. We'll see. I probably won't be there for long, but
how's the kid?
who knows?
Oh, you don't know?
Who knows?
You look like your mom.
Hmm?
You look like your mom.
That's funny. When I got in the truck today with Ma, she looked at me and was like, "You look just like your father."
Oh my God. I
So it's
guess
funny
people
how
see
you think
whatever they want to see. Yeah.
it's interesting. Yeah, it's just I've just been a caveman for so long with my beard. It's
Yeah.
like people are just like, "Oh my god, you shaved your face." It's like, yes,
I would literally get my hair cut and shave if I had the time. I know that's a big excuse, but
no, that's what I'm saying. Like I've had the beard and the hair for so long. It's like people, I finally cut it, and people are
see,
like, "Oh my god,
people don't
what
realize
happened to
like
you?"
when we go like when we say that we can't find the time to do it, that means that everything on the planet has to align properly for these things to work because the simplest things like getting a haircut can turn into a life-changing situation, right? You go get in your car
Dad,
and then
listen. When I got this haircut, the the fucking lady was drunk as fuck.
yeah, that can only happen
No,
to us.
no, like I swear to God, I got down, I sat down in the chair, and she was like, "What do you do for work?" And I was like, "Mosquito and ticks." She's like, "Wow, you're a piece of shit," pretty much. And I looked at her desk and I saw the Wendy's cup,
Oh my God.
and I was like, "Oh my god, you're right." Now I get why she's slurring her words and stumbling all over the place,
Yeah.
and she's just the razor is just. But once you sit down and she's gone two or three through your hair, you,
Yeah.
you can't just get up and
Where
leave.
do you go to get your haircut?
Exactly. It's great clips.
Like, there's no answer, just exactly.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. Just unbelievable.
I don't know, man. I'm telling you, and you can't reason with anybody either because they won't believe you. So it's better you're better off just not saying anything and just taking it and then trying to explain what happened because nobody will believe it. Just
Right. It's like, why didn't you get up and leave? Well, I had a streak in my hair, and this lady is actively talking shit to me,
yeah,
telling me I'm a horrible person for my job reputation. I don't think I should.
yeah,
I don't think it's a good idea
yeah. Don't
this
leave.
point in time to say something that's going to anger her,
It's
which is
just like it's just like I tell everybody all the time. Like when I go, like say I go shopping or something like that. No matter what happens, no matter how many people are in the shopping place, no matter how many cash registers they have open. I'm always going to find the one or pick the one where the worst casualty is going to happen. Either the cashier's not going to know what she's doing, they're going to run out of money. Somebody's going to have like an item that needs to be checked, so the person has to go all the way to the back of the store, find out where the person. These things can only happen to me, and sometimes I literally do it to myself because I'll change lanes on that for that reason, and then it follows me. So if I change the lane, it doesn't matter. It's gonna shift over to that lane now.
Right. Right.
It's just, you can't make this stuff up. You can't explain that stuff to people who don't get it because they'll be like, "Oh, that happens to everybody." No, that doesn't happen to everybody. It only happens
No.
to me.
No, it doesn't. I lost my wallet today. It's gone.
No kidding.
Gone. I had the worst day of my life, and then I figured out I lost my wallet after the bad day.
That's the icing on the cake.
Gone.
The icing on the cake. You can't.
I am so organized. You know OCD. I don't lose things anymore. I really don't. Gone. And that's what's most frustrating about everything is because I keep things so organized. So like when I go to look for it, there's like nothing. There's like no clutter to look through. It's just like it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not coming back.
It's probably sitting in the Dunkin's parking lot.
Wait till you
No
get
McDonald's.
wait till you get to my age, right? And you'll literally be leaving a place and know that you're forgetting something, and every single time not stop to think of what you're forgetting, and then all of a sudden, like a minute or two later, like, damn it, that's what I forgot.
Right.
And then you got to run all the way back upstairs to get it. It's
And then
so
you
annoying.
and then you trip over something.
Yeah, so annoying
And then something hits you over the top of the head.
every single time.
You know what that sounds like?
I say to myself now, like I know I'm forgetting something, and it's going to be painful because I'm going to have to come right back to this spot, and it happens every single time.
Right.
When you know you're forgetting something, you just know.
Right.
And it's very important. It's not like something you could just say, "Fuck it, I'll get it tomorrow."
Right.
You got to go back and get it.
Sounds a lot like the Dolphins. They keep forgetting this thing called talent, and they keep forgetting.
Look,
I've never been more depressed about a football season in my life. I don't think.
I don't even
Tyreek
care.
Hill can't even walk.
Honestly, I don't care. I honestly don't care. I've been depressed now for the past 2 seasons, 3 years actually, because I saw this coming a while back with my team. Anyways, at least you're a team that
Is gonna lose.
yeah, that
We're basically the Browns at this point.
you said something to me like 5 years ago, like it doesn't really pay to be mediocre, and that's where we are.
Yeah.
That's exactly where we are right now. We're stuck
Right.
in this mediocre. It's so embarrassing because I used to say that the worst fans in the world or the most annoying fans in the world, like the Patriots fans, but the Steeler fans are pretty bad too. They're just
Yeah.
I've gotten into so many fights. I've gotten into more fights on Steeler chat shows than anything ever. They are
They become
so
more like
dumb.
the Cowboy fans almost. Like people
dumb.
just like them because they're the popular team in America. You know.
Or they're going to win every year. Nothing ever happens.
Right. It's just so weird that every once in a while you guys would win, though. Like you guys would have the mediocre, and you guys would have that 1 year every couple of years where it would work.
But
I don't think it's going to be this year with Rodgers.
it's not going to be. No. We have literally no chance at all. And the bad news with us is we're going to win. We have to play the NFC South this year. So
Right.
even if we really wanted to lose, there's probably no way we could.
Yeah. Right.
So we're probably going to go 11-6 again this year, or 10-7, something really bad, and then we're going to miss out on the best draft ever for a quarterback next year. And
Right.
Rodgers will be gone. It's just an ongoing. I just can't stand my team right now. I have everybody wants to play them up like they're doing with the Celtics right now. They're doing the same thing. They want to play up this team that this is gonna be horrible. I mean, there's nothing. Everybody says I'm like depressing. That's what do you want me to do? A lie? I can't lie to you. I'd be lying to you.
Right. Yeah. Like
What do you want me to say?
Amber and I put so much time into football, and now she's gone. And that so like now I don't even want to watch it.
Yeah,
And then
it's painful.
my team, we just fired everybody. We have the most dead cap in like the history of the NFL. We're paying Tua like $90 billion to
I
play for
can't
the
believe they
Falcons.
did that. I can't believe they finally did it though. I think that's good, but it
Way
sucks
too
for
late.
this year probably.
We have the
Yeah, I
most
mean,
dead cap in the history of the NFL.
yeah,
It's like an astronomical number of people that we're paying that just aren't. Well, because that's what happens. That's what happens. You get a team going, right? And
yeah.
you got
I
to
still
pay
think
everybody at the same. It's the classic thing. It's the classic. You got to pay. You can't pay everybody.
right.
And Stephen Ross, who is the Dolphins owner, right? He just decided to. This was the time to pay everybody because everything was happy. Mike McDaniel thought everything was great, so he paid the GM. He paid the GM. He paid the coach. He
Yeah.
paid the receiver. He paid Tua. He paid Tyree, the other receiver, and he got a bunch of guys and went all in, and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
So you got to clean house. Our
I
best
still
receiver
think
right now
though.
is Tutu Atwell.
I do think though that with the Dolphins situation, you can kind of give them a little bit of a break because you know when they drafted Tua, I mean, what are you going to do? Pass on Tua? I mean, they don't. Unfortunately, you can't see the
Yeah, no, they
future.
had they had to take him.
I mean, it just sucks that he was plastic. Like because
I
that
don't know.
team,
I think his thing was more like between the years. I think the whole Brian Flores situation really messed with him.
probably.
I think that you know remember, like you wanted Deshaun Watson in Miami really bad, but looking back on it now,
It's a bad idea. Yeah.
it doesn't mean it would have worked out that way. I'm just saying that like if Brian Flores didn't put all his eggs in that basket,
Right.
what would it? Because I think Tua. Well, it's always interesting with that season because Ryan Fitzpatrick was playing like really well. We beat the
Well,
49ers when
he
they were
was.
good by like 50 points.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden Flores went with Tua and it kind of fractured the relationship. So I don't know if Tua ever really was the same after that because he really liked Fitzpatrick.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's one of those things you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you can't worry about the future. I see a lot of these people, these days that say, um, drafts are not all that great. But, if you look, especially in football, if you look through the history of football, there's only been like I think it's like one out of every 5 or 6 years where somebody doesn't get picked high and does fairly good, especially a quarterback. So you got to kind of pick. You have to pick the guy that's coming out.
Right.
Um, and I don't know. A lot of it, I think, a lot of it is basically just a money thing. To get people in the stands. When you think about it, the owners care about selling tickets, right?
Right.
How many tickets you going to sell with Ryan Fitzpatrick?
Right.
Two is a new thing, shiny new thing. You're going to get all the memorabilia stuff. You're going to get all of the tickets and the seats. People are going to want to see that. So you wonder sometimes if it's just a money thing, but I think the Dolphins are like I
Yeah.
said. I think the Dolphins you could make an excuse because it was an experiment with Tua. It just didn't work, and I think you're right. I think they stuck with him a little too long. But
Yeah.
who are you gonna trade him for? Nobody's gonna take a guy that gets a concussion every 5 games.
No, and what happens is like his contract was up. So if you don't pay him, it's a slap in the face, and then it causes controversy. And they decided to pay him, and they decided to pay Waddle, and they
Yeah,
decided to pay everybody else, and it just backfired.
they had a couple of good seasons. I mean, they had a couple of good. It's just every time they had a good season, it seemed like he got hurt, and then they had to I don't know. It's just such a strange thing with
I think
the
my conspiracy with the Dolphins is that um when they played the Broncos and put up like 70 points, they were like they I think the record was 72, and they were in field goal range to get the record.
yeah,
And I think Mike McDaniels as this up and coming like cool coach who's wearing the chains with the players, he's big time players coach, was more like rah rah in your face. So that when he didn't go for that, the team kind of looked at him as fake.
yeah,
And if you remember after that game that the Dolphins put up 70 and it was crazy, we lost to everybody and we fell apart after that. We almost didn't even make the playoffs. And they didn't really have they never really could figure it out since. And that was a big turning point. Like you have the chance with Tyreek Hill and all these guys that are playing so great to break the NFL record for points in a game, and you decide to take a knee like that hits morale.
yeah. It's a different game these days. There's so many, but you got to understand that you should know this stuff, right? Like I hear that all the time. That the same thing did the same thing with what's his face last year, where they decided just to get rid of him. Um, George Pickens, right? If I was an owner, okay, that knew anything about football, I would have fired everybody
Right,
over George Pickens. Like I would have got because he's the only guy on the team that has any talent. So you get
right.
you get rid of everybody and just keep that one guy and just start over again.
Sometimes it's hard to differentiate the guy who's complaining between the guy who's really a diva.
Right.
And I feel like Pickens,
Dude,
at
divas are going to be
first,
divas anyways. That's like
yeah,
saying a guitarist in a
right,
band is to be a diva. He's the front guy. He's the guy that's going to get all the attention. Let him have all the attention. Who gives a shit?
right. But I just feel like there's players who just care and just are mad because they care. Like
Right.
when when I think Diggs is one of the best players in the league. I really do.
Stephon
He
Diggs, yeah.
Yeah, like he's been everywhere and won everywhere he's been. He
Yeah.
gets mad at the end of the year if they don't win, and it always gets taken the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like no, I think he's really good at that.
I think that's a lot of players, though. A lot of players, the management themselves try to create their own diva. I don't care about my football players. Like, I don't care what life they lead. I don't care. I don't. They could be serial killers. I could care less. As
Right.
long as they're winning Super Bowls, I don't really care. They have egos and stuff.
Right.
Like
Right.
everybody, I remember when we had Montarius Blunt. Remember we had Blunt, and then we
Yep.
had Le'Veon Bell. We had
Yep.
probably the best backfield in the league,
Yep.
and they got caught smoking pot. Remember?
Yeah, that was
So
hilarious.
they got rid of Blunt. Blunt went to the Patriots and won a Super Bowl. You can't
Yeah.
do that. You can't. Like, why would you do that? That's
Right.
stupid.
That was so funny. There were so many memes about it, like them smoking out the car. They got caught with like 22 grams. They got caught with so much weed.
Who cares if they're smoking pot? I don't care. I just don't care.
No, I yeah, 100%, 100%.
Like, they got rid of him. He went to New England. The very same year they won a Super Bowl, he literally ran all over the Colts. Like he scored like I don't know 300 yards or something. It's just that's who we've become. We care more about the egos and stuff like that than we do about talent. It's one thing if you have an ego if you don't have talent, but if you're an ego and you have talent, who cares? Pay the guy. Nobody cares.
Right. You know what's the most annoying thing in the NFL?
Yeah,
The fucking Patriots. What the fuck?
yeah, I
What the
know.
fuck was last year? That was so fucking dumb. Ugh.
All I know is I was way off. I think I had Detroit,
Same. Yeah.
Detroit and Kansas City, and none of them. Kansas City didn't even make the playoffs. I don't think.
Right. Right. Oh my
The
god.
Patriots
I'm
in
sure I picked the
Seattle.
Vikings and the Bengals.
Oh my god!
I picked them every year and they all suck.
And everybody was saying the same thing all year last year. Well, the Patriots ain't playing anybody. The Patriots, you just want to punch them in the face, right?
Right.
Doesn't matter who they play.
Well, the point is right, because the point is sometimes it's just an easy field. So whoever
Yeah,
takes the reins is gonna win. Like sometimes it's just a team that has their shit together, and
We've
sometimes
been
that's
watching the
easy.
Patriots for 25 years. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
who they play, where they play. They're still going to beat them. Okay,
right,
doesn't matter.
right.
And it's not going to be the Chargers. Okay, Chargers. The
It's
Chargers are
just
never going to beat the Patriots ever again for the rest of their
right.
life.
Yeah, that's so funny. That's so funny. I remember going to that Patriot game in Foxborough, Chargers, and everyone in the stadium's like, "Oh, I don't know, Philip Rivers." And I'm like, "Are you guys all uh having an acid trip?" And it was like 50-0 at halftime.
You're like, calm down, buddy. It's going to be okay.
No, I'm serious. All these Patriot fans were talking to me like Philip Rivers, like
That's not going to happen.
who? Who? Yeah, the Chargers will never, ever, ever, ever be the Patriots. Ever.
I said the same thing on like I've been all year last year in the off season. You know, it was the Houston game. Like I was like really excited because we beat Baltimore, but we really didn't beat Baltimore. Like Baltimore basically missed a field goal. So, but I was happy, you know. And then everybody's like, "Oh, we're gonna kill Houston." I'm like, "Look, we're not beating Houston." Okay.
Right.
And then of course Pittsburgh knocks out the only person on that team that could possibly beat the Patriots. Right? They knocked
Right.
out Nick Collins. He
Yeah.
was, not only did we beat them or not beat
Right.
them, but we actually beat them for the Patriots. Like we just
Right.
knocked out their best player.
That's how it goes.
It
Unfucking
sucks.
brutal.
No, we stink. We're bad now. We're just really bad, and there's no hope in sight because you know
Well, it definitely seems like you guys are kind of like your owner is just kind of reeling.
we got rid of Mike Tomlin from Mike McCarthy.
Like
Let
and
that sink in.
well, what I would say is it's much more about Aaron Rodgers getting his way.
Yeah,
He got his way with the Jets and then just nosedived. So
and I'll
now he's
admit,
getting his way in Pittsburgh. Is it going to be the same thing?
you know, I'll admit, you know, like last year, I was pretty impressed. You know, he played better than I thought he was going to play. You know,
Right.
but you know, we need so much shit. It's not even funny. It's not even about the quarterback. We need an offensive line. We need a defensive line. We need we need a defensive scheme that we haven't been doing for the last like everybody knows when they come to play the Pittsburgh exactly what we're going to do. It's not like a
That
surprise.
I don't even know who the Dolphins have, and I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm
neither
so
do I,
over it.
honestly.
Dad, like you say this a lot too, like going into you're like, I'm not ready for football.
I'm not.
I might not even watch week one. The
Yeah.
Dolphins might go 0-16, and I'm sick and tired of losing. Like I'm so sick and tired of it.
Well, at least you're not the Jets,
Yeah, that is true. That is
right? You
true.
got to think about that all the time. Because if you watch like NFL history and stuff like that, it doesn't matter which game you watch or which decade. If you watch, like, say you're watching like a 1972 Jets game,
Right.
they're gonna lose. You don't even have to Google the final score of that game. You just know they're gonna lose. You just know it.
Right.
It's sad.
It's so funny though because we do always have the Jets to laugh at. We used to have the Bills to laugh at too every once in a while, but they apparently they
Yeah.
yeah. No, I really don't even know what's happening in football. I really don't. And my team, Dad, my team is so bad. Our best receiver is Tutu Atwell.
I think you guys got a good quarterback. I just don't know. I just don't know if they're going to have any. I mean, I didn't know they were going to get rid of the rest of the team when they did that. But right now, I think the Dolphins thing is a money thing. They're going to need to try to recuperate some money from the Tua thing. And I would just I would not be surprised if they tanked this year to get. I mean,
This is
next
what
year's
this is
draft
what they're
is
doing.
crazy credible. Like
Is a good draft.
the quarterback draft is like 6 deep at least.
So that's what they're doing. Okay. So basically what Stephen Ross is trying to do is I don't know if you know, but we hired the GM and the coach from the Packers.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to say, what he wants to do basically is because our old GM was very powerful, and so was Mike McDaniel, and they probably butted heads.
Yeah.
So what he's trying to do to hack the league is bring a tandem of GM, and because the point is that the GM and the coach always butt heads no matter what. So
Yeah.
his thing is if he brings two guys that are already friends and puts them in the same building from a Packers organization who is very well known for breeding young players, right?
Yeah.
There's not going to be a divide between the coach and the GM, and that's going to help smooth everything out. And
Yeah.
there's not going to be as much drama as there was with the last Dolphins team with Tyreek and Tua and like Hard Knocks and all that. It's going to be more like button down military style, big boy Packer, Northwest football.
Right.
It's going to be boring. We're gonna suck for 3 years, and then all of a sudden we'll have a team, and it's just like that's the last thing the Dolphins fans want. Like because we've been doing that every 3 years for
Yeah.
26
Yeah.
years. So like
I don't know.
like it's
Yeah.
but it the point is that that's what they're doing, and they're actually getting guys at a good discounted rate. They are getting good bang for their buck, but it's just because Malik, like you said, Malik Willis is a good quarter. He played pretty well the last couple years.
He's a great quarterback. I just didn't know they were going to have to gut the whole team. Like I thought that they were going to keep,
Exactly.
I thought they were going to keep maybe some of the guys, but they could be just a stopgap thing with Malik Harris and
Yeah,
maybe
exactly. And maybe that's what I think that's what they're going for. I think they're trying to tank and then go next year because if they were really trying to gut the entire team, they would have also traded Achan.
right. Oh, HN's the
And
best running back in the league, so they still have
yeah,
him.
right, and they're trying to build an offensive line, and they're saying screw Jalen Waddle, screw Tyreek. We're gonna get these guys on the market that are half the price and not even like an eighth of the price,
I think
and
that
we're gonna go with those guys and run the ball.
yeah, whoever builds like the exact science between either the Lions, because even though the Lions haven't won a Super Bowl, they have a great ground game, and they're doing pretty successful with it. They just and then of course the Seahawks, who last year everybody was raving about their pass game, but what really won the Super Bowl for them was their running game, because Sam Darnold was definitely trying to throw that football game away in the first quarter,
Oh, he was, yeah, he
and
was,
they didn't go to the running game, they would have lost that game. Now
yeah. I
the
think
problem
I
is the
think
Patriots played worse. So,
I think McDonald, the coach for the Seahawks, is like the kryptonite for the NFC West because Kyle Shanahan,
yeah, he's terrible.
offensive guy, offensive genius, right? McVay, offensive genius. Nobody gives a shit about who's in Arizona, right?
Right.
Nobody cares. Seattle, they get the defensive guy to go against McVay and Shanahan, who have dominated that division, right? And he ends up being the next big thing. They just picked the right guy.
Yeah.
So it's like the kryptonite of that division. So that's one of those things where like Seattle might not really be that good,
Oh,
but they might be like the Bills the last couple of years where they have a good coach
yeah.
and he kind of knows how to get them to the playoffs and win a playoff game or two.
Yeah.
They just won a Super Bowl. I can't believe the Seahawks won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This is the most
It's not.
melancholy thing
Yeah.
in the
It's
history
not.
of the NFL. Like who the hell cares?
But I'm telling you right now, like and I've been saying this for a long time, like every 5 or 6 years, there's a new thing that everybody tries to keep up with, right? Um, and if you look at like the defenses these days are not the same as they were 10 years ago. Defenses, and that's a problem with us, is we're like obsessed with edge rushers. Like we have to have TJ Watt or those defenses don't exist anymore. They're not there. If you
Right.
look at the defense that Houston beat us with us and Seattle beat New England with last year, they don't even rush the edges. Everything's done stunt. Everything is so. It's almost like choreographed. Like
It's
this
the
is what.
linebackers. The
Yeah,
linebackers are more involved.
yeah. Everybody has their job, but they're putting pressure on a quarterback differently than they used to be. And when people walk into Pittsburgh, the first thing they're going to do is run the ball because they know that we can't stop the run, and two, we can't stop anybody on through the air. So, but if you look at the if you look at
You can't stop anybody through the ground or the air.
anywhere,
You're
anywhere,
not going to
right?
win many football games.
Yeah, dude, if you watch the Houston game, it was third down and 19. It's third down and 19. Houston was third down and 19 on offense, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was expecting Pittsburgh's defense to come off the field. And I'm like, no, it's gonna be a first down because everybody's at the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Sure enough, right over the top.
Yeah.
Because no, we can't stop the run, so we have to bring everybody up to the run. They did it 3 times against us.
Right. Right. They drop it
Same
over the
thing.
top to the tight end.
I can
Yeah.
be wide open.
So stupid. It amazes me how many teams can't stop the run. Like, just
It's
put another guy
crazy.
there and make him pass
This
the ball.
NFL is weird. And that's what. And we can't run the ball. At least you guys have a running back that can run the football. Like if it's third down and 2, and we have a short down team on the field, like a down and distance team, it's not going to happen. We're not getting the first down.
Right.
It's not going to happen. And Mike Tomlin was so stupid. If we're not going to get it on third down, we're going to try it on a fourth down.
That might actually help you guys out, though. That might actually help you guys out. Like, just the change in the building will maybe create some momentum. Those guys that have been mad at Tomlin forever. Who is the team that did that this year? The Patriots. They're all sick of Belichick. They're all sick of fucking Vrabel. They're all sick of it. They got a coach that was good, or at least the team thought was good, and they took off. I could see that happening with Pittsburgh.
Very few teams have Robert Kraft. Robert Kraft to me is like he's the owner that we used to have back in the 70s, right? He gets the talent and then he just shuts the fuck up. Whatever they need, like whatever the Patriots need, or if there's an issue, like with this whole Mike Vrabel thing, with the whole
Right.
running off with the reporter there thing, he squashed out. Like it's done.
Right.
He has more money than God. The guy,
Right.
and he shuts the fuck up. He's not like Jerry Jones, where he's down there, putting his 2 cents in. He just shuts the fuck up.
But he'll make moves quickly and swiftly.
Yes.
If
he's a
things need
great
to
owner.
be done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like they're quick to think they're wrong.
Yeah.
And just cut bait and go to the next and roll the dice again.
He did the same thing with Bill Belichick. He did the same thing.
Exactly.
Bill Belichick started running his mouth and he said, "See ya, get out of here. I don't need you anymore."
Right.
That's it.
Well, I mean, back in the 90s, right? They had Carroll. And
Yeah.
Did they have Carroll and then go to Parcells, or was it the other way around?
They had the Carroll, and then they went to Parcells. And Parcells was actually a pretty good coach for them, but then he started running his mouth, and then they got rid of him. And then Parcells tried to take Belichick with him to New York, and Belichick said, "Fuck you, I'm going to New England."
Right.
And the rest was history. So
Right. So they're quick to. Kraft has always been very savvy.
He's not going to sit around and wait for people to retire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, it honestly, with Robert Kraft, I feel like it's a pretty big integrity move for him to let Brady leave in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah.
He didn't have to do that.
No, but
So-
he knew that the team was falling apart, and he just, go, everybody go. I don't care. I'm going to get.
I mean, they lost to Ryan Tannehill. That guy.
I have a lot of respect for Kraft, man. I do. He's just a great owner. That's the kind of owner you want. He's not going to sit there and just fill seats with asses. He's going to put a team on the field that wins.
Right. Unfortunately, in the NFL and in most sports, like if your owner is bad, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Like there's not much you can do about it.
Can't do anything about it because they're just looking to fill seats. That's all they're doing. It's all about money.
Right. Who's your Super Bowl pick right now?
Right now I have Chicago and Denver.
Dad, when I tell you When I tell you I could care less about the NFL this year, like
Yep.
this has been the most depressed I've been. I was just telling Quackby yesterday. This has been the most depressed I've ever been about a football
Still
season.
talking to Kwaku?
Yeah. Yeah, we go to happy hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
At,
In La Coretta. Yeah. They give you these beers that are like this big.
oh, nice.
Yeah. They're like $4.
Where's that?
Uh like going out towards Hooksett, like near exit 9N
Oh, I know what that
9S.
is. Yeah. He doesn't drink Colt 45s.
No. No, he drinks margaritas sometimes.
Nice.
The
I like
point is, I
Kwaku.
was telling him, yeah, I was telling him the other day, I was like, and it's so true. Like, you know me, I'm ready to go. I'm like, everyone's here. I couldn't even remember AJ Brown was on the Patriots. I could care less. I really could. My team is so bad. Again, I don't even know
Yeah,
who's on what team anymore. I'm just so withdrawn. I am so withdrawn from this season. I
I'm
don't
the
even
same
know
way
if
with.
I could give you a Super Bowl pick, but I'm gonna try. Like,
Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter because both of our teams are going to just fall short again. Um, but you
we
know,
might go defeated. We might lose every game.
I don't know. I haven't seen your schedule.
Dad, our best receiver is Tutu Atwell. Our
Do you
three
think they're make any
receivers
moves
are
though?
huh?
Do you think they're going to make any moves?
No, they're decimating the roster. They're tanking. Our three receivers are Tutu Atwell, Jalen Tolbert, and Chris Bell. We don't have any players anymore. We are rebuilding. We're gonna win 0 to 3 games next year, and
I'm telling you, man.
there's no way.
I have this is how I have that division. I have hold on a second here. Um, hold on a second here. Oh, hold on. Oh, what am I doing? Anyway, I have obviously Buffalo's probably number one. I think it's going to finish the same way it is right there. Buffalo. I have a feeling the Dolphins are going to finish second, and I'll tell you why. Um, I think the Jets are going to probably the Jets. The Jets are definitely going to be looking for a quarterback, so they're probably going to tank. Um, and I don't feel good about the Patriots this year. I say that every year, so I'm probably going to be wrong. But I just don't think they're going to have the same year um, that they had last year because their
Right.
schedule is going to be a little tougher. But who
Well, the
knows?
Bills just fired their coach.
Anytime you have Josh Allen, man, I'm telling you,
I don't know. I like McDermott. I like McDermott a lot.
it's possible. I'm hoping that the Bills do well. That way, somebody stops the Patriots. Because if the
Right.
Bills would have played the Patriots last year in the championship game, they probably would have lost.
Right.
But
I
I
don't
think
know.
the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins. This is a year for the Dolphins to show what they can do without a lot of talent. You know what I mean? Like this is a year
Yeah,
they
it.
can
Yeah, I mean,
just.
it's a good. Yeah, I mean, it's this year is more about the GM and the coach. If those guys have a good rapport, like I said, and they win 5 or 6 games instead of 2 or 3,
Yeah,
we had a good year. We're building a foundation. Everything's great. I'm just sick and tired of rebuilds.
I think
I'm
that
sick and
they.
tired of it.
I think they got rid of a lot of their ego issues inside the locker room, and sometimes when you do that, you clear out all the clutter.
Yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
This is
Because I
just
think
the 15th time we've done it since I've been a Dolphins fan, and I'm just sick and tired of. I can't watch a football game for 2 years now.
I think this is the best quarterback they've had in a while, though. This is a guy that can really, he can do a lot of shit. I mean, he
Yeah,
can
he's pretty
ball
good.
down the field. So
Yeah, no, I agree. I think he's like I guess my point is this. Like I keep saying, bang for buck. Like these guys, they've been hired. These guys, they've been getting and signing. The GM seems like he knows what he's doing because like I play fantasy, so I know that these guys are actually pretty good. This guy Jalen
This,
Tolbert's pretty good, but like I mean, you're talking about our number one receiver.
yeah,
Whatever, but I mean, I don't know.
it's very rare though for the Dolphins to lose to the Patriots twice. I think it's only happened since I've been watching the Patriots. It's only happened twice. So last year
Right.
was an anomaly. Like last year, I think the Dolphins had just given up last year, halfway through the season. So I
Oh yeah.
wouldn't, you know, bank too much on that. But I think this year here is a good year for them because I think they're going to be able to, I don't know, get rid of some of the egos and have a quarterback that can actually win football games for them. I don't think they've had that in a while.
Yeah, it's gonna be more of a button down product for sure. It's gonna be more military
Like
type style.
if I was them, I would hand the ball off to HN every single freaking play. That's
Yeah.
what I would do. Just get the offensive line going, man.
Yeah. Patty Paul, our left tackle, is like 6'8", like 300 pounds. He's a big boy, and we just drafted another guy to go along with him there. They're drafting the big beefy boys. They're going to get the big guys. So it's gonna take a year or two. You know what I mean? Like and I like that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess I'm just sick and tired of doing it.
At least
We've
you
done it
guys
15 times. It's so much.
at least you guys have an offensive line. Like we don't even have that. We
Yeah,
we got nothing.
right. Well, that's the thing. It's like you can either build your team the right way and wait 4 years, and then your team is still going to be 8-8, or you can draft Drake May and go to the Super Bowl.
Right.
So it's hard. We're just in that longer
How good do you
process.
think he is though? How good do you think Drake May is? I don't think he's all that good.
Yeah, I don't think he's that great either. I think that. Well, I have a conspiracy. I do have a conspiracy that um Vrabel and Diggs are fighting. And if you remember early in last season, Diggs got caught on a boat with like cocaine and stuff like that.
Probably,
And I wonder if Vrabel initiated that in terms of like this is not who we want on our roster. Kind of got him caught,
maybe.
right? Well, it's like yeah, that specific incident like that might be far fetched, but now based on the events, right? So all of a sudden they play really well. I think Diggs is on Vrabel's level in terms of being around. I mean, Diggs beat the Titans every year in the playoffs with the Bills. I mean, at a high level. I mean, Diggs is just as well qualified as Vrabel, in my opinion. So I think when those two guys came in, they both thought uh they were equally responsible for the success.
Yeah.
And I think that what brings the conspiracy to light is that when they made it clear to Diggs that they weren't going to resign him after free agency, all the Vrabel stuff dropped.
Yeah.
I think he's the leak. I think Diggs is the leak.
Could be.
So that whole situation is interesting. But in terms of your question about like Drake May, if I'm right and Diggs and Vrabel were responsible for the success last year, like yeah, I don't think May is a given. I mean, I think he's in a really awkward situation actually. Like you put expectations on a young quarterback and never ends up working out in the NFL.
No. This is
Unless
what I
he's
think.
really that good. I don't
I,
see it
I don't
either.
I don't I think this is what I think. I think that he's almost the same thing as the quarterback before him was, where he had a really good rookie season, right? He had the rookie season. Who's it?
Mac Jones, yep.
Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones had a great first season. Remember, he was like almost MVP,
Yep.
rookie of the year, and then the second year was like, uh, and then the third year, I mean, he completely went off the rails, right? I think this is going to be the same thing with this guy here. This guy can't throw the football at all. It's just terrible. It's awful.
Who
But
May?
yeah,
Yeah, no, he has a weird little hitch in his delivery. But
I don't think he can read
He,
defenses at all either.
he just has that blissfulness that Brady had, where he just seems like he doesn't care.
Yeah,
He's having fun. He just looks innocent. He just smiles and
that's
then
the
just
problem. Yeah,
he does kind of have that like Brady factor,
yeah,
in my opinion, where he just is the golden boy.
yeah.
He
Yeah,
does kind of if he can do that kind of thing, then maybe. But yeah, from like a skill perspective, I don't see him being. You
that's
know,
the problem with the Patriots. Like, if you let them linger long enough, they'll put pieces around. I mean, even with Mac Jones, the second year they had some pretty decent pieces around him, and then the third year, they just gave up on him pretty much. Everybody was yelling for
right,
the other guy, but you know, I think this guy is good enough to where they can put pieces around him that can make him better. But the Patriots defense, the Patriots problem is not offensively. It's Steve. They're almost as bad as we are as far as defensively. They can't stop
right,
any.
right.
That's my problem with the Patriots. The defense is terrible.
Yeah, I'd watch out for the Giants this year.
The Giants, yeah, the Giants are my. I have two dark horses. I have the Giants, and then I have the who else? I'm gonna go with the Browns as the dark horse
You think
in the
so?
AFC. Yeah,
I think Shador showed a lot last year. I think he had a good year.
I'm just picking the Browns because I do that every year, and they always suck. So if I keep
Right,
doing it, they're gonna stink. But you know, they just got rid
right.
of Miles Garrett. I mean, come on, what are they? I mean,
Why did they do that? What the fuck?
I kind of know why they did that. Everybody's going after the quarterback draft next year. Everybody that's anybody that's even in the conversation as a quarterback. And I would put Dallas in that conversation too, because this is Dak Prescott's last year. He's either going to provide this year or not. Like
Huh?
anybody,
Interesting.
anybody that's in the conversation for a quarterback is going. I mean, there is probably the best draft of quarterback since I don't know Ben Roethlisberger's draft, maybe.
Is it
And even
is
then,
Archie's coming out, right?
Archie, you got everybody that stayed in this year because the NIL is putting a lot
Oh,
of
the NILs, that makes more sense. So
yeah,
the draft classes are going to be a little more loaded.
right. I mean, who wants to come out and play football when you're already making a ton of money in college?
Right. Especially at
So
a higher
everybody,
level, you can get hurt more often. You
exactly,
might as well stay in college.
exactly. I mean, you're making $2 million a year for NIL money, and you're going to stay in college to get your degree just in case something doesn't work out in the NFL. I mean, that's
Right.
so everybody's kind of next year is impossible to stay in though because you have to come out. You know, you got to at some point you got to can't stay in college for the rest of your life. So everybody's.
Unfortunately. Yeah.
I mean, I have at least 8 teams that are going to be looking for a quarterback next year, at least. And you guys are one of them, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. We're going to need three. Dude, we need three good quarterbacks.
You
Because
know, I could see Manning
even
going to
when we're
Miami
good.
too.
Hmm?
I could see Manning going to Miami too.
Maybe that's what they're tanking for. We'll see. I'm telling you that I think the over under on the Dolphins season next year would be set at a good 2 wins. I don't think we're going to win a game. I really don't.
Who you guys? What are you guys playing this year? You guys playing? You guys? Who'd you play last year? You guys played. You played the South last year, right?
Right. Yeah, I don't know who we play. I just know that our roster is so decimated. We have so much dead cap space. It's just
Yeah.
we're paying Tua like 90 million to fucking play for the Falcons next year. It's ridiculous. It's like the biggest contract in the history of dead money in the history of the NFL ever.
I
It's
can't believe
just
I can't believe anybody picked him up. I mean, that to me, that's weird. Like, why would you pick
Well,
him up?
what it is it's because he's left-handed. They want to go with Penix and have the double left-hander. So when if you play Penix and you tailor the offense around him, and you bring in just a normal backup that's right-handed, you have to switch everything up.
Yeah.
And Penix has a good injury history, so
Well, it's
that's why they want Tua. But yeah, I don't think it's very smart.
like you said. I
So
don't think I don't think the Cardinals are going to be good at all.
Yeah, the Bears is a good pick. I'm gonna pick the Vikings every single year.
Pick the Vikings.
Yeah, I always pick the Vikings.
I'm with
Dolphins,
you though.
Vikings.
I'm not ready for football at all. I'm not ready for any sport at this point. All my teams suck right now. They completely stink.
I'm just, like
I mean, even basketball, even the Celtics are, you know,
they're gonna beat the Sixers. The Sixers are gonna fall on their face.
they just
Watch.
got LeBron James.
Yeah, he's 48 years old and he blows. Embiid is gonna fall apart. You know who I actually kind of feel bad for though is actually Jalen Brown because he wanted
Yeah,
his own team,
yeah,
and
he
now
did
he's
it. He'll never see the basketball ever.
now he's the fifth player on the team. Yeah,
He'll never see the basketball. He's got, my God.
they're
Yeah,
so good though. LeBron is such a bitch.
yeah.
No, he's such a bitch. LeBron is such a bitch. Like, what a fucking asshole that guy.
I've been telling people all the time. I didn't really want the Greek Freak here, but I wonder if. See, this is what I'm thinking here with Jalen Brown. I wonder if Jalen Brown has a nagging injury that only a few people really know about.
Got
That's
it.
why the Celtics wanted to get rid of him.
Right. That's actually a good point because he did get hurt towards the end of the year a
Remember,
little
he was
bit.
hurt. He was hurt last year in the beginning of the season, and then everybody thought he was going to come back to, and he did. I mean, they had a good year, but it may be one of those injuries that won't show up on like an MRI or something like that, but it's a
Right.
nagging injury that he just can't go 100% anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that Tatum's gonna beat all them boys. I think it's still the same old Sixers. The Sixers are the biggest choke artists in all of sports history. They really are. They're the biggest. Like, oh, because the Knicks won, everyone thinks the Sixers are gonna be good. No,
No, the Sixers
that's
not
not
winning.
gonna happen 2 years in a row. The Kings aren't gonna win, and
No.
then the Jaguars are gonna win. That's not how it works.
Jalen Brunson's probably the best player in basketball right now.
They're
He's
gonna,
going
yeah,
to
they might win again too.
win it again.
I'm betting on Tatum. My only issue is Tatum gonna hurt his Achilles again? Because
Yeah.
if Tatum hurts his Achilles again and he rushed it back this year and it didn't fully heal, he's gonna be out for another year and a half, and that would really set us back.
I mean, I'm not really upset that Jalen Brown's gone. I think Jalen Brown is a bit of a ball hog myself personally, but
Yeah, no, I don't like Jalen Brown very much either. I just think they got a disastrous return.
yeah, me too.
Like
Paul George.
who? Paul George? Why? Why would they were like they almost had Giannis and they got Paul George?
I don't know.
What
I
a
would
bunch of
ship him off to
idiots.
another team. I would have had another team involved to where they would have gotten him, and maybe we would have gotten another draft pick from that other team. I wouldn't have. I don't know. That's bizarre.
They
Very
might as well
bizarre.
just drop them at that point. They might as well just release them. Paul George. Might as well
Right.
just you might as well have played Jordan Walsh, kept the money open on your roster, and just sign somebody next year.
I don't know, man. I would have kept Simons last year or got him back this year here, and I would have been okay with that. But the George thing, I just don't get that at all. But they can't trade him now. Nobody wants him.
And then LeBron just comes hopping in. What a
Yeah,
fucking ass
yeah,
face, that
yeah.
guy. He is such a loser.
It was so
God.
it's so strange because everybody was picking the Spurs last uh and I'm like, they're not beating the Knicks.
Right.
That's
No,
not
the Knicks
happening.
were just that was just a freight train. No one was beating the Knicks. But
All right, so who you got for the Super Bowl? I got we don't have to go through all the picks. I got and then I got to get ready for my other live. But I got Chicago and Denver, and then I got my dark horses are the Giants. And you know what? I'm going to change my pick on the AFC. I'm going to go the Titans. I'm going to say my dark horse, the Titans. I don't know why.
okay. They got Salah. I like that move. I think I'm gonna go Kansas City and the Giants. I think that's what I had the last time I thought about it, like 2 months ago.
You think the Giants are going to win that many games?
Well, I think Harbaugh's got something. It's like with the NFL, it's always who has something to prove. Like it
Right.
always kicks. It always kickstarts towards the end of the year with like Ben Johnson last year. Who's got something to prove?
Right.
Plus the Giants, you know, they lost Scatabo. That sucked, but Dart is really good. Uh, they brought a lot of players over from the Ravens, so and a lot of players wanted to actually sign there with Harbaugh. So I think Lamar, I think Lamar and Josh Allen are both complete frauds.
You think so?
I really do. I don't think either of those guys will get to a Super Bowl. I think they're both Philip Rivers, and it
Yeah.
sucks because they're so good. It sucks, but it's just the way it is. So I think someone like Harbaugh is like itching to prove because he wanted Lamar out of there.
Right.
So I don't, with I think Harbaugh just landed on his feet in the right situation with the hot second year quarterback.
Yeah.
You know, like it's always the
Yeah.
second year quarterback. It always is, and we took a couple years off from it, but I knew it this year, and I had a bet on the Patriots, and I would have won like $400, and I fucking took it out. I took the bet out for like $1. Fucking idiot. I had the Broncos and the Patriots to win like 400 each.
Wow.
It's always the second year quarterback. Always. There's always a second year quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All the time. Whether
Yeah.
it's the second year they started, it might be their third year. You know, it's always that guy. So
That's a
so
tough
where's it going to
division.
come from this year?
Yeah. The reason why I'm picking the Broncos is because it's such a tough division, especially if, Kansas City had an off year last year, I think. I think they kind of maybe took the year off. But, if Kansas City starts to do good next year too, you might have three teams make the playoffs there. You
Oh, the
know,
Raiders. You're talking about the Raiders, right?
the Chargers not
Yeah. No, the Raiders suck.
yeah, the Raiders are going to the Raiders are terrible. They're just such a horrible team. They always have such awesome talent. Like if you can pick apart the Raiders with their talent, you can have a pretty good team. You know? But watch
Yeah,
this guy. The only reason why I say the Raiders might do something is because Brady's down there now, but we'll see. I don't know.
I mean that was a disaster last year.
Yeah, it was terrible.
They got everyone they wanted to win. Like they beat the Patriots and then didn't beat anybody else for the rest
I
of the
know.
season. That was
I know.
so
They should have kept what's
asinine,
his face. They got rid of him. So stupid.
unbelievable. But yeah, I think I'd go Kansas City and the Giants. I think the Giants are interesting. I think Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator that left for a couple years in Kansas City, is back. I was gonna fact check that, but I have the video chat on the phone. That's why I keep looking down to like see.
Yeah.
I can normally have it on my computer, but my computer is acting like an idiot. So
So he is back with Kansas City. That's interesting.
I think so. Like I said, I wanted to fact check it, but I think he is. Um, and Mahomes hasn't really been the same since. I mean, they won a Super Bowl, but they didn't put up more than 20 points in the game that year. That was weird.
No. I'm
So
surprised nobody's taking a chance on him as a head coach. It's so weird.
it is strange. It is really strange. I think I heard Felger and Maz talking about it a couple years ago or whatever. I think he's kind of like a hothead.
Why would
Like,
that matter?
well, because he's not really like to be a head coach. You kind of have to be like more of a PR guy. I think he's kind of more of like a firecracker
Oh, maybe.
kind of thing. I could be wrong, because that's such a very small like listening to Felger and Maz, whatever. But I agree. I would love for the Dolphins to get him. I think he's really good. He was good there for a long time. It's weird though with guys and quarterbacks and coaches and quarterbacks that just get along. Like the Patriots didn't have never really won anything without Josh McDaniels.
No, I know that. Yeah.
He was Brady's whisperer, and you know, I mean, this year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He was such a terrible head coach, though. It's strange how that happens where, he can find the magic at a coordinator position, but as a head coach, it's so weird how that happens.
It is, and it's so drastic how it's so bad.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, he got fired within like 4 games with the Raiders. They were like, "Get out of here!" Like, what are you still doing here?
I don't know, it's so weird. I always found that weird that sometimes the like it was the same thing with Buddy Ryan. Buddy Ryan was such a great defensive coordinator, but as a head coach, he's terrible.
Right,
His
right.
son was the same way. Rex Ryan was the same way.
Rex, I would have loved the Dolphins to sign Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
I would have loved that. He's old, but
Well, Jets haven't won anything at all since they got rid of him. They made it to the championship game with him, and
right.
they got rid of him. It's so weird. That is
God,
a little weird.
he was such the kryptonite for Belichick. He really was.
Yeah,
He was the only one smart enough to kind of poke fun at them.
they never gave him a quarterback. That's the problem. They had
Butt
Sanchez,
fumble.
and then they got the guy from Miami there, and that's it. They never gave him a quarterback. So I
Well,
kind of feel bad.
they got the year Rex Ryan left, they got Geno Smith, and then he got punched in the face.
Yeah, they got him back. Don't they have him back?
Yeah, that's so funny. He's back with the Jets now. The guy punched him right in the mouth.
A team that goes out and gets Gino back, probably not looking to win too many football games.
What what is the matter with the Jets?
They're terrible.
It's just so funny. I've been watching a bunch of Curb, which is like Larry David. Like I've talked to you about a bunch, but it's so funny. I was just watching the episode. He's like, uh, our friend, he killed himself. What was it? Oh my God, he was so mad about the Jets. They signed Le'Veon Bell. He just the Jets killed him.
It's. I tell you what it is, right? I remember years and years and years ago there was like the Red Sox hadn't beat and won a World Series for like 86 years, right? Then they finally won one, and then nobody cared after that. No, like that, nobody cares.
Right,
That's what the thing is. People will go watch your team because every year you can win it, but once you do win it, nobody will ever show up after that. So weird.
right, right. I mean, the Red Sox, I think, are getting in the playoffs. Does anybody have any idea?
I don't know. I don't like baseball to me is like I was watching a little bit of the soccer
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
before baseball, and I'm like, why the hell am I watching soccer? Right? What is soccer really doing for me? Nothing at all.
Yeah, I really do believe they should bring in the soccer field measurements of the
Yeah,
field a little bit, and I
it's
think that
so
would create some
boring.
more scoring.
I don't know how people. I mean, I get the game. I understand that it's kind of but it's just so boring. It's like, but that's the thing. Like baseball is even more boring to watch because I could have watched baseball,
Right,
but why would I do that to my? Why would I waste 6 hours of my time for that?
right, right.
We're doing so many other things.
Yeah, you could be watching paint dry,
Yeah,
which would be more interesting,
yeah, yeah.
especially if you're watching the Red Sox.
it's it's so bad because baseball used to be such a good game too. It's just now, like, I don't even know if are they still playing.
I
Is it
don't
over?
know.
Is the
The
season
All
over?
Star game was a couple of days ago, but I don't
Nobody
know.
cared. Was it really? Nobody cared.
Yeah,
Oh,
but unbelievable.
did you watch any soccer? No.
A little bit. Quawks. Uh, Ghana was in it,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Ghana wasn't.
and they won their. They tied with they draw.
Yeah, draw. I think it's a draw. I don't know.
They drawn something like that with London or England, which was like they're the best team in the league basically, and Kwaku was all freaking out. It was mad funny,
Nice.
and then they got smoked.
Does he watch it? No.
Well, no, but like when you're talking about like small countries like that, like
Yeah, right. Yeah.
that are all of a sudden they haven't been there in forever, you know. So that was pretty cool. We watched a couple of those games, but
Yeah, and
other than that, not really.
soccer, I'm definitely rooting for the underdog. So whoever the underdog is, that's who I'm rooting for. But I don't have 5 hours to watch nothing. Right?
It's like being a Jaguars fan. It's
Yeah,
like you could watch your team with the USA Soccer, but you know they're going to lose, and you know it's not going to be interesting.
no.
So, because my buddy
And
Manuel is a big FIFA guy. He came back to the United States to watch that this year, and he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Yeah, the United States is pretty good this year." I'm like, "No, they're not. No, they're not. They're
not even
gonna
a hype
lose."
train. Like normally there's a hype train to this thing. Like you get on board and everybody's on board, but the majority of people everywhere, it's like, you think they're gonna win it now?
No, it reminds me of the Cowboys
Yeah,
because you know what's actually funnier than them losing the big game is the game they win before, which makes everybody think they're gonna win the next one, and
Stephen
you
A.
can see
Smith
it,
is
you
just
can
so
see it
funny.
coming. Yeah,
Stephen A. Smith. Everybody hates him. Everybody hates his guts. It's so funny
it's
though, because he is so right. Like every single freaking year, they find a way to do something dumb. It's just
right.
every single year.
It'll be like week 17, big game against the Eagles.
Yeah,
They'll beat them by like 100 points, and then they'll play the Jets the next week in week 18
yeah.
to go to the playoffs, and they'll just 21 to nothing at halftime.
It's so bad. It's just
It's,
so bad, and the fans are so annoying every single year.
right.
But I'll
Well,
tell you one thing: my fans are just as bad. My fans, like, I was saying something to somebody, and they're like, "Well, what happens if we win the Super Bowl this year?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, what happens? Nothing. We're still in the same position. Even if we win the Super Bowl, nobody's going to care. Aaron Rodgers is going to be gone. We still don't have a quarterback, and it's going to be the same situation." So, and by the way, we're not winning a Super Bowl. So there you
right.
go. But even if we win a Super Bowl, it doesn't matter because we still don't have a quarterback.
I think you're right though. Like paying TJ Watt all this money, like it really does hurt your team
He is the worst person that I know of that's ever played that position for us ever.
because he's so good, but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter at all. He's useless. His tits on a bull. He's just really bad.
Well, he's so good, like he'll always get a like he'll do it, but it doesn't equate to wins.
No,
So it's like, oh, here goes the number fumble. Like, who cares?
nobody cares. It's an edge rusher. Again, we're obsessed with like we have three of them. No, nobody cares.
Right,
They just let him go, and then they were just run the ball right through us. Nobody cares.
right,
You look at any team last year that played us that had any type of a running game, we couldn't stop them. 120, 130 yards, 40 yards.
yeah. I feel like every team in the NFL is kind of bad at stopping the run though. It's like the bullpen in baseball. Like every team has a bad bullpen. They got a good player or two, but yeah, like you guys had a really bad one.
Yeah,
You guys couldn't stop
I
Colt.
I told some of the people in the chat this is the worst offensive line I've ever seen on my team. I've never seen anything like this. It's just, and it's going to be worse this year because we have two more rookies that
Right,
are supposed to be playing that position, and now we're going to switch people around to play the. I mean, come on, like you just
right.
can't do that in the NFL, man.
They always try to, and it's not smart. Like, how about you have a
No,
GM that drafts the left tackle that plays left tackle instead of trying to move the guard? You freaking idiot.
idiot. Because what happens if he gets hurt? Now we have
Right.
no,
Now we have no left tackles or guards.
no, we have nobody. We don't have anybody. Hey,
Right.
let's take one of our cornerbacks and let him play. Ugh.
Yeah. I don't know. I think the Saints are going to be a surprise team.
Yeah, I think the Saints. I'm interested to see what the Carolina Panthers do this year too. I know they had a pretty good run towards, but that division is so bad. Like I don't know if they were even that good or the division was that bad, right?
Right. Right.
The only team like with Miles Garrett over there, and if Donaldson does come back, I don't know. The Rams could be good, but you
I
know,
think their window. I think their window is past. I think Stafford. There's so much drama going on with Stafford on whether he's going to retire or not. And
yeah,
I get that Garrett over there is great and everything, but you look at like the NFL, you get 3 years in the playoffs, and after that, you go down. a year.
Right.
Like the Rams are in that cycle. It's just you don't really have many teams that last 3-4 more years in the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, Stafford is one of those guys where you're wondering when it's going to happen, where he's going to make the big mistake. And it's been a couple years since he's done that. So that's why I'm not picking the Rams, because I can just see him like in a game. I think the Bears have the best defense in the NFL right now, to be honest with you.
Right.
But, you know, the Bears, to me, the Bears are a team like they've been building this team for a while now, for 3 or 4 years. And I don't know, but anything's happened. I was way off. Like Detroit and Kansas City. My God, none of those
Right.
teams did anything.
I'm
So
sure
who
I had the
knows?
Vikings and the Bengals. I'll sure pick the Bengals again at some point.
I almost picked the Bengals, but the Bengals, man, if they can keep the quarterback upright, that's one thing. They have, if they don't win the division this year, the coach is getting fired. Because I mean, who
Right.
do they have to beat? They don't have to beat anybody.
Right.
We lost to Joe Flacco last year.
Joe freaking Flacco.
Joe Flacco,
Unbelievable.
he had like 1,000 yards against us.
Can you believe Philip Rivers tried to come back and play football last year?
I do actually.
What the fuck was that?
It's so sad. It's just so there's nobody else. I mean, there's nobody else.
Why wouldn't you just call Brady? Like you went with the guy.
Yeah,
My whole problem with that was like, okay, Philip Rivers was good in the regular season, but never won a playoff game. Okay, I get it. You start him week one, you don't have anybody else, play him. He might win some games. You're playing him in the one time he doesn't win ever. And he's ancient. I don't understand it.
it could be because they were, I don't know, maybe stuck for money. I mean, didn't they pay somebody a whole bunch of money and he turned out to be really bad?
Well,
And
they
then
had Daniel Jones and then he broke his leg and then they fucking sent him out there to play anyway, thinking it was
that's
just
right.
a hairline fracture, and then he tore his Achilles.
Yeah, yeah,
Fucking-
it's not good for him.
well, it might be one of those stories where, you know, the owner that got the team, remember her,
Yeah,
was was very very involved. So I wonder if she was if the dysfunction, it's not dysfunction, because I actually liked that whole story. That was really cool. She was down there with the players. She's the new owner, right? But then something dysfunctional happens where a guy has a broken leg and he tries to
yeah,
play anyway, and you wonder if
yes.
it kind of comes from the top. Not in a bad way, but in a way that maybe she's learning, like, you know.
I mean, if the Colts don't hire Tony Dungy for a couple of years, they could be the worst team in football, because they had Peyton Manning there for how long, right? And I had always said when Peyton Manning finally leaves the league, there's going to be nobody in the league that can stop the Patriots, and that's exactly what happened.
Right.
But if Tony Dungy doesn't go to the Colts, they probably don't win a Super Bowl.
Right.
So they would have had at least 30 consecutive years of being terrible with one of the best
Yeah,
quarterbacks to ever play the game.
that is true. I
And
mean,
then
especially with the Colts, Andrew Luck, that was a
yeah,
nightmare.
he just left. So you're telling me that, God, really? Why?
That'd be like Drake May just going, nah, I'm all set.
I mean, he just left the team, just decided to go on a sabbatical. I don't know if that's saying something about the team. That's so weird.
That was so strange. That was. But all right, Dad, I'm getting exhausted here. I
All
think I'm
right,
gonna
buddy.
pass out if you
Yeah,
can't tell
all
by
right.
my yelling.
No, I
By
get
my
it.
yawning, I mean.
I love you. I'm glad you're doing. Glad you're doing all right.
Love it too. And yeah,
Just
something like that.
just let me tell Bailey. Is it Bailey when you see her?
Yeah.
That her grandpa loves her, and um, I just want you to be well. That's all. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I mean it's kinda tough, but you know, it
We
is
won't
what
talk
it
about
is.
we won't talk about it here, but just let her know
Yeah.
I love her, and Love you too. And just life is very tough, man. You'll be
Yeah,
fine. All right,
it
buddy. I
is
love
what
you,
it
pal.
is. All right, I love you too, Dad.
All right, have a good night.
I'll
Bye.
talk to you tomorrow.
All right,
All
man.
right, bye.
Bye. All right, so that's going to do it for us. Those are the picks. We didn't do too many actual picks down, but we'll do another live at some point. Good to see my son. I love my son. He's a great guy, great kid. Always has been. But anyways, that's our picks for the year, and I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be going to my live in about an hour. So I'm going to get ready for that over on Owl on a Prowl. But that's enough for Dean and Dino for the picks for Danger Dave Sports. See you guys later. Have a great night.